All right, let's break down Page 1, 20 motions. Let's go step by step. Step 1, he's going to look over his left shoulder and then chamber his left hand to his shoulder, and then he's going to move his left leg into a front stance. Let's watch that real slow. There's the head snap. And then from there, he's going to chamber his left hand up to his shoulder. Left leg steps out. There's the left leg. And then there's the shoulder right there. And step and shift and hit. Now, backhand is going to be parallel, exactly parallel to the ground. This arm is angled down, front foot forward, back foot angled. And you want your torso exactly straight. Always make sure your back is straight from your shoulders all the way down to your hips. And he goes to the next motion. Chamber the right hand up to your shoulder, or I should say your ear, and step out. Don't move the left hand in the process. This is a common mistake. Don't move that left hand until your right foot is very close to the landing position. And then step forward, front stance, inside block. Just like that. Zoom back out. And then you want to finish with the V. And let's use this tool here. Boom. 1, 2, straight up and down. Back foot angled, back leg straight, torso straight up and down. And then now look over your punching or striking shoulder. And then your front foot is going to move. You're going to move it 180 degrees, this direction, front stance down block. Head snap first. Chamber that right hand to your shoulder. There's the chamber right there. And then hit the down block. Just like that. Backhand is chambered exactly parallel. Straight, forward, angle, straight down, torso straight up. And then step forward, front stance, inside block. Chamber that left hand to the ear. Stay one level. Step forward, hit the inside block. All right, do your best to get it. I can do that better. Do your best to get it shoulder level. And look over your left shoulder. Your front leg is going to move. So your front foot is going to move in this direction. All right, to here. Front stance down block. Head snap first. Step. Shift into your down block. All right, backhand is chambered. Feet are shoulder width apart. That means as wide as your shoulders. Now he's going to step forward, back stance, inside block. So he's going to set that up by chambering his right hand up to his ear. Don't move your left hand in the process. And then step forward with that right foot into a back stance and hit. So in the back stance, you want to make sure most of your weight is on the back leg. Let's go in the mirror there. And you want to make sure your front shin is angled. Front toe points forward. Back foot is angled backwards. And you want to make sure your fist is on the same plane as your shoulder. We'll use the mirror right there. He's going to step forward and do the exact same movement 2 times in a row. Let's watch how he does that. Chambers the left hand to the ear. And then steps forward, stays one level. And then hits. So when I say stays one level, that means his head doesn't bounce up and down in the process. All right, you want to keep your head relatively stable. And then I was going to step forward and punch TI. Make sure your feet are shoulder width apart again. Left foot's on the left track, right foot's on the right track. And make sure when you punch, you're going to be punching in the center of your body, right, the solar plexus. If you're doing CMX forms or something creative, then you're going to be punching more over here, kind of in front of your shoulder. All right, but for the purposes of traditional forms, you're going to aim for the center of your body, which is the solar plexus. Now, to set up the next movement, you're going to look over your non-punching shoulder. All right, your back leg is going to move 270 degrees this direction. He's going to go back stance, knife hand middle. Now, watch how he sets this up. So you want to make sure you chamber that right hand and then snap it straight out, exactly parallel to the ground. So take a look at that right hand, perfectly straight. And then his left leg is going to step out. Knife head middle. And again, you're in a back stance. 60% of the weight is in the back leg. 40% is in the front leg. Point the front foot straight forward. Back foot is angled. All right. And you want to make sure you have an angle. Let's do that better. You want to make sure you have an angle here. And you want to make sure that these fingers are right on the same plane. And now he's going to step forward. And he's going to go back stance inside block. Let's take a look at that. Chambers the right hand up first. Stays one level. And then hits that inside block. And then remember, make sure on the inside block, your torso is completely sideways, your backhand is exactly parallel, and you have the proper angles of your feet and weight distribution. And now he's going to look over his striking shoulder. His right leg is going to move. So his right foot is here. He's going to move all the way around to here. and he's going to execute his back stance knife and middle going the other way. And there's the knife and middle. Again, more weights on the back leg. Back foot is angled properly. Front foot points forward. You want to make sure everything is lined up. Right here. Back is totally straight. Make sure your back is straight on every single motion. There are no movements in this form where you're going to be leaning forward with your torso. Keep your back completely straight. And then now he's going to go back stance inside block. He's going to chamber the left hand up to his ear. And then step forward and block. Now take a look at that chamber. It's exactly parallel with his torso completely sideways. Really important to make a note of that. Now look over your blocking or striking shoulder. His front foot is going to move in this direction over here. Down block. He chambers it up to the shoulder first. He keeps the chamber in position and then goes for the down block. Notice how he shifts into it. All right. So what that means is his foot hits first and turns his hips second. His foot hits first, turns his hips second. Now, when you're first learning Page 1, it's not necessary to practice the shift. But once you get the gross skill down, it's really important you integrate these shifts into all your transitions. Now, he's going to step forward and do a knife hand strike. Let's watch how he sets this up. So that right hand comes up to your ear. You want to stay one level. Notice how he's bringing his feet relatively close together. He makes a C pattern with his feet and then steps forward into the knife hand strike. All right, now you can see the reflection in the mirror. Backhand is exactly parallel. Rules for the front stance are consistent. He's going to do the same thing on the opposite side. He's going to chamber his left hand up to his ear. Step forward with the left leg. He makes a C with his feet. That just means he kind of brings his feet relatively close together and then brings it out into shoulder width apart. And you want to make sure that your palm is exactly parallel to the ground. You can see that in the reflection here. And he's going to step forward, middle punch. All right, aim solar plexus. Now look over your non-punching shoulder. You're going to do another 207-degree turn. Your back leg is going to move. Front stance down block. Remember, on the down block, you're going to bring that left hand to the shoulder first. Don't move the right hand until the very last moment. And then shift down block. Now let's go over the concept of shifting again. So again, shifting implies that you're going to have your leg is going to land first, and then you're going to turn your hips second. So look at this snap. Land and snap. Land and snap. Land and snap. Backhand is exactly parallel. And then step forward, middle punch. Oh, not a middle punch. Inside block, my mistake. And then now he's going to look over his striking shoulder. His front leg is going to move. And his front leg is going to move all the way over here, 180-degree turn. And he goes front stance down block. And again, there's the concept of that shift again. So that means that his foot hits first and turns his hips second. Foot hits first, turns his hips second. Make sure the backhand is exactly parallel. Same rules apply for the front stance. Front hand is a couple fists from the knee. And then he's going to step forward, inside block. Notice how when he transitions forward, he doesn't move the blocking hand. So take a look at this hand. Watch how that hand doesn't move. Stays until the very last moment, and then it pulls back. So keep that hand fixed until the very last moment. Let's move this circle out of the way. Boom. So he keeps it fixed. Boom. And then hits that front stance inside block. Make sure that it's parallel. Get the proper angles of your legs. Torso straight up and down. And he's going to finish. Head snap first. And ready position. Now, this is a subtle nuance, but it's important. Make sure your feet point forward at the end. Sometimes, for beginners, it's natural to have your feet swing sideways for balance, but make sure your feet point straight forward. Squeeze your fists tight and always finish with intensity. And that's going to be Page 120 motions.